Thanks, guys.
Okay, so how'd you like that mitt?
I think it was very funny. I love the guitar playing girl. I thought she was amazing.
And the guy was pretty good on the trumpet too. Okay.
It was so funny.
All right. Well, that's
My heart
old
goes
news
out to
now.
him, though. I know.
Okay.
I know.
Well, we've got the Caretakers here now, or maybe not all the Caretakers, but we've got Jeffrey
The core.
Martin and Lena Montecalvo. Lena, is I'm saying that right?
Beautiful.
And also Mike Treblecock is here, the producer, and great to have you guys on the show.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
You came all the way up to from Hamilton today, and we're really glad you did because you have a new album, Love, War and Propaganda, and
did you know this was up for the artwork was up for a music award in Hamilton, or an art CD award in Hamilton? So that's really amazing. The artwork is amazing, and some heroes, true heroes on this, like Gandhi and Martin Luther King. Amazing.
and that girl from Burma.
Whose name is really hard to say.
Really hard to say, but we all know who we're talking about.
All heroes.
You know,
Yeah.
I have to say, the thing that really, I got an email, and I don't know, well, I guess you guys are pretty good at the PR game.
A little bit.
But I got an email, and it was, it took me a while to actually figure out that it was a band, because it was it seemed very political.
Yeah.
And I understand that your music is very political.
Yeah, most of it is. I mean, this album name in particular, Love, War and Propaganda, there are a few love songs, but in the context of, challenges of society today too. But yeah, most of my music is political.
Yeah.
My career background is public relations and journalism. That's how I started a career, and sort of through Lena and I have been friends for 20 years, and it was her that got me back into music too. So
It's really, really interesting because I had made that joke at the beginning, right off the top, before the interview, that Lena looks too intelligent. And I don't mean this as an insult, but she looks too intelligent to be a singer. Okay, I'm saying it.
You're a singer.
I know.
I sing backup sometimes. Plus, I'm a bass player, so I should be delivering pizza right now.
Maybe. Actually, you're pretty intelligent too, though. I have to say you're pretty intelligent. But you look like a professor to me, interestingly. And when I look at these, some of the names of the songs, I think, well, this really is intelligent music. I mean, some of these words are pretty big.
And that's just the titles.
That's what I mean. I'm just talking about
lots of syllables.
Yes, it's pretty. I would say it's pretty intelligent or sophisticated music. And then when we got to talking, you guys were telling me that you guys taught actually at Western.
I taught at Western and Sheridan College public relations post-grad programs, and Lena taught in radio broadcasting.
Copywriting and script writing teacher for journalism and broadcast radio broadcast students. But Jeff really does do the majority of the writing. He's been collecting lyrics throughout life, probably since you were like 20 years old. So
15 maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's always had a huge bank of songs that he's wanted to do something with, and very strong opinions about what he feels are the injustices of the world. And I agree with Jeff. For the most part, and in terms of his thoughts and his feelings. I come at it from, I think, a different angle. Jeff is a very sort of assertive spokesperson when it comes to causes he feels strongly about. I like to come at it from sort of a softer point of view, especially as a single mom trying to make it in this crazy world. I love my life, and I'm never complaining about it, but it's hard for me to make ends meet, and that's okay. But I don't understand why in this day and age.
You know what? It's not okay. It's not okay.
You're right.
That's the thing.
You're right that it's not okay.
It's not. I mean, you have to be okay with
That's
it,
right.
obviously, but it's not okay.
But there must be someone who we can blame for this.
Mitt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
We blame
probably
Mitt.
a whole other show.
Mitt Romney.
The blame show.
Yeah.
So, but this is our way of sort of, it's a release of some really difficult energy sometimes that we've collected over the years of our PR careers, and we liked what we did for a really long time. But it's a demanding way to make a living, and the spin part of it does get really difficult.
But
you need to be true, we're interested in being true to ourselves now.
Well, Lena, you had said that, you don't make anywhere near the money you made when you were PR, but you are so much happier.
So much happier. Now, you know, I mean, I was in a corporate career just trying to build my career so I could get a better job, and then a better one after that, and a better one after that, and it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So I made a huge leap of faith not very long ago where I just sort of stopped doing PR work, and now I'm cooking soup for a fine food market called Olive and Kiwi in Hamilton, and I've never been this happy. Life is very simple, and I've realized that's the way to go.
This is so amazing.
But music's a big part of that balance too for both of us, I think.
Wow,
well,
that's
actually,
amazing.
Speaking of music, why don't you're going to do a couple songs for us.
We can do a couple songs, yeah.
We'd love to hear one now, and then we can come back and chat a bit more.
Yeah,
wow.
The first song we're going to do is called 37 Days in Jamestown. It's actually a song about Toronto. So
Jamestown, the
Jamestown in
community.
North Toronto, yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Is anybody out there? Is anybody listening? Are you looking back to see, wondering who or what it might be? 37 days in Jamestown. Where are the saints? When are they coming around? Cries from the courtyards, cries from the corridors. Where do the wild thistles grow? Was that such a long time ago? 37 days in Jamestown. Where are the saints? When are they coming around? Early morning raids, early morning wake-up calls. Ghetto of gangster glory, is this another West Side Story? Temperatures rise on the back streets. More wine, more drugs, more shots, I heard him shouted from the rooftops. 37 days in Jamestown. Where are the saints? When are they coming around? 37 days in Jamestown. Where are the saints? When are they coming around?
Boy, it's too bad that song ended. It was just sounded so great.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Like really good.
Thank you. Nice harmonies.
Yeah, really great harmonies and great guitar stuff. And
We thought we'd play a song that was about Toronto too.
so why Jamestown? Were you actually there for 37
Yeah,
days?
well,
Or
Well,
that song came out of there's a Toronto Canadian writer, Shaughnessy Bishop Stall, wrote a feature article in Toronto Life in 2006, and I was on the GO train one day reading the article, and it kind of blew me away because I didn't anticipate, some of this type of poverty and crime in Toronto.
Wow.
So that's where the song, I changed, 37 for rhyming purposes. But yeah, it was a big influence on me, so I wrote that song, and
Wow.
yeah, it's actually one of my favorites on the album too. So.
It's a
Yeah.
nice hook. Very nice hook.
yeah, it's really good.
Wow.
Now it's a political record, but can you sum up, like, where's the problem?
Where's the problem?
Where is the problem?
You really want to know the problem?
Yeah, we want to know what the problem is.
I think a lot of the problem is reflected in what we see in the Occupy movement today. And I'm a big fan of Adbusters. Where this whole movement started out in
Right.
Vancouver and British Columbia, and I think there's a lot of greed today in the world. We've seen all kinds of corporate failures and in corruption, political and corporate.
You know what I find really interesting is, first of all, just noticed that as you guys are playing music, I was looking at the CD, and it's called Love, War, and Propaganda, and you have the PR in white versus the rest of the type is in yellow. So I'm thinking public relations is really propaganda, right? Is that the message with that?
Yes.
There's a bit of a message there, and a bit of and I'm not slamming what I've done in my career in public relations, but a majority of people that are practice quote unquote PR are spin doctors out there,
Right.
and I always tried to practice, and when I taught, more of an ethical sort of approach to public relations, and so it's my way or our way of saying, kind of fingering our own past profession.
And also encouraging people to pay attention, question everything, question what you're told, question what you're told is the accurate information. And
question the source. Question the source of the
exactly.
information, because that I think is who's funding it.
Yeah,
That's
who's
right.
behind it.
Just because somebody put it in a media release doesn't mean it's what you need to believe.
And just
right?
because it's in a science or a doctor's journal doesn't mean it's accurate either. Look at who funded it.
That's
so if it's the
right.
milk board
Whose
funding
pockets are
something
benefiting.
on calcium,
Yes.
then the milk board, it's to their advantage to say drinking milk is good.
Of course,
But you're never
yeah.
going to find a negative thing on milk if it's funded by the milk board.
There are all kinds
Right.
of them. The bottled water industry, fluoridation. You could go on forever.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just get their knowledge, their information from these 15-second sound bites
Yes,
on
and that's-
mainstream
yes, yeah.
media.
Yes.
And I'm very critical on this album of mainstream media, and I come from the media too. So
So you can speak personally from the front lines, actually.
I really do. I don't
Yeah.
think mainstream media does anyone a favor anymore, and that's why I think shows like your show and the internet has changed the world. We can
Yes.
actually go out there and seek out the information and find out if there's,
But you also have to be even more careful.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
There's even more information being
Yeah.
disseminated.
But
on a
that's where you
regular
get to make the
basis, right?
choice, though, right, Lena?
That's right.
And so you're not just brainwashed anymore. So you
Yes.
get to
Right.
make the choice.
Absolutely.
But I was gonna, you mentioned it's important that people question everything and look for the sources in that. But it seems to me a lot of people, at least most of the people I know, are already doing that, and so, and yet the change that might need to happen or doesn't seem to be happening. So and I'm wondering if there needs to be something more than just awareness.
Well, yes, there has to be action, right?
Which is the Occupy.
Awareness isn't enough if you don't take any action, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also very easy for us to get comfortable in our own circles, and for you or me to say, what I see, like you just said just now, Hugh, where you say to yourself, well, I do see people, sort of paying more attention and digging deeper and that sort of thing. Perhaps in our comfortable circles, that's the way it is. But I think by and large, as long as we still see this corporate greed, we
Yes.
see these, the spin that's associated with so many things that we see in our media today. I think you have to look far outside of your comfortable
Yeah, I would
networks
agree
to
with
affect
that.
that change. It's not enough to stay where you've always been.
Yeah.
You've got to reach
Yeah.
out and you've got to be uncomfortable in a new space, I
The
think.
funny thing about the media today, only because I've been part of the public relations and I've also been a writer, more than half of the news you read and watch and listen to comes out of either a PR agency or a public relations department. And it's not that it's dishonest or untruthful, but it's limited in its truthfulness.
It's one group or person's perspective,
Yes,
correct?
and it's
For
a
one
sliver.
organization. It's like
Right,
it's in
one-
the best interest of my organization to leave you with this much information.
Yeah.
So again, it's no different than when you look at a journal and you read, a conclusion based on some sort of study that they've done. It's really
Right.
the same thing. It's based on that organization's opinion.
Yes.
Well, not only that, but you have news organizations like the big newspapers and the networks cutting back,
Absolutely.
not paying
Oh, yeah, that's true,
journalists
too.
Right.
anymore.
Yes, right.
And so they're taking PR releases,
Absolutely.
just
And they're printing
verbatim,
them
Yes.
as stories.
and they're
Yes.
not doing
That's
the
right.
research. They're not really looking into the.
Yeah.
And there's
the
video
issues like
news
they used to.
releases, VNRs now that a lot of organizations pump out for corporations on their behalf,
Wow.
send them to the mainstream media, and there's their news.
Right.
It was manufactured. So that's why I'm a
Okay.
big fan of Noam Chomsky. So
Well, speaking of which, I don't know if that's one of the songs, isn't it? Being Noam Chomsky.
I'm becoming Noam Chomsky. Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
of the songs on the
Number
album.
5.
too.
But is that the song you're going to do for us now? Or
No, we're
do you
actually
have
going to
another
do Ban Rwanda, the song about the Rwandan genocide.
That's the big word.
one? Okay, great.
It's easy. It's actually easy to say, but it looks complicated when you what's that word?
R's and W's don't
Mixed
look
in
like they
English.
should belong beside each other.
There's a lot of
That's right.
consonants in there.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Okay.
And it's only one vowel, but it's 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
It's a tough one. And actually the word, it means people of Rwanda.
Oh, wow.
That's what it means, okay?
Nice. Can't even say it.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Many tears have fallen, go still a calling, it's gonna haunt ya. But school bells are ringing and everyone's singing.
Then you wonder,
Where were you when the people cried and confessed? Did school bells ring? Did anyone sing? What a bloody mess. Just armchair pity, blood on a city and so much despair. Most couldn't find it, just left it behind 'cause we didn't care. Famine and feast, disease and deceased, I'm so sorry. Humanity caved, no one was saved, no Joshua's story. Women and children, 100 days of killing, so unholy. Just like the 40s, a never-ending story, so chilling, so gory. Many tears have fallen, though still a calling, it's gonna haunt ya.
then you wonder,
But school bells are ringing and everyone's singing.
then you wonder,
No war today, the West said okay. No war tomorrow. Scars haven't healed over the killing fields of blood and sorrow. No military police, no fear on the street, no more radio warnings. Just like the 40s, a never-ending story, so chilling, so gory. Many tears have fallen, though still not falling, it's gonna haunt ya.
then you wonder,
But school bells are ringing and everyone's singing.
then you wonder,
Many tears have fallen, though still a calling, it's gonna haunt ya.
then you wonder,
But school bells are ringing and everyone's singing.
then you wonder, then you wonder, then you then you then you
Wow.
I can see you've practiced your endings.
In a panic. How are we gonna end it?
On the album, it's a long song. We go off, and there's a lot of different percussion going on,
Wow.
so to give it that sort of African sort of,
Yeah.
chant.
Well, I'm really looking
Nice
forward
feel.
to hearing the record because it
Yeah.
just sounded great here here and
Guys,
now.
nice performance.
Now, speaking of
thank you.
Rwanda, we don't have a lot of time left, but I want to. You guys mentioned you do some work with War Child.
Yes.
Do you want to just talk about that?
Yeah, a couple years ago, Lane and I decided we wanted to pick some, charitable organization that we thought was relevant to us and also meaningful too. In War Child Canada, we did some busking for them at the Super Crawl in Hamilton Festival.
Which is a huge event, absolutely huge.
This is the third year. I think this year we had 100,000 people. So
Wow.
this is our third year for busking.
Wow.
Great.
And off our first album, we gave $1 for we gave $500 donation to War Child Canada on our behalf as the band from the first 500 CDs that we sold, and then we've raised almost $2,000 for War Child from busking.
Nice.
So yeah,
Good
it's a
job,
great
guys.
organization. They do amazing things. Our first video off our new album, Flowers for Peace, they provided us with some footage from the Sudan children's refugee camp,
Wow.
and that song was written
Wow.
in the spirit of children in war zones too. So it was fitting for us too, and we're big supporters of it. They do great stuff.
So we're actually going to get a chance to see that video in just a couple of minutes here, but
Great.
also, but we want to make sure people know where to get this and get the whole record and hear all the other songs on it. But before we do that, I know you're coming back to Toronto this week for a show, right?
Yeah, Thursday night we're playing the Live Annex. It will be an unplugged show with Lena, Mike, and I. So it's our first gig in Toronto, so we're happy about that.
That's a great club.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've been there, seeing other people perform.
So Thursday night, what time do you guys go on?
Around 9-ish, so that could be 9:30.
And then what do you,
in the world of live music, the 9
Come on,
o'clock.
you
or
know about
live
time
internet
as a musician.
TV? But what time are you doing? Like the whole night, or
No, we're 3 bands, and we're going to be doing the first set, I think. So we're doing a 40-minute set.
Great.
We're
So
probably
9 or
most of the
9:30.
album. Most of
Super.
the album, too.
Wow,
Well, that
very
sounds like
nice.
fun.
And the record's available at Sunrise Records on Young Street,
Just
too.
over Stone's
nice.
Throw
Young and
from here.
Dundas. So
Nice.
they've been a big supporter of us.
An actual store where you can go in
A
and
real
actually
store,
buy.
yeah, a real
Yes.
record store. So.
That's nice.
Although you can download it and purchase it online as
Yeah,
well.
you can buy it online.
Okay, where do you do that if you want to buy it online?
You can buy it at our website, thecaretakers.ca.
Okay.
Okay.
And our Bandcamp site allows you to buy the album too.
And also, I understand you've got a big show in Hamilton on December 7th.
Yeah, that's going to be our official CD release party at the Casbah in Hamilton. So we're really looking forward to that.
So
We'll have
you-
a full band, and we've
Some
got
great openers.
some great opening acts. Friends of ours who have been helping us along the way. Adam Bentley from the band called The Rest, City in the Sea, and Mike's new band, the Low Heels, are going to be playing too. So it's going to be a great night of music. It really is, and we're excited.
Is that right downtown Hamilton?
Yeah.
King and Queen Street,
Yeah.
right downtown. Yeah.
Is it a
Anybody
good
in
club?
Hamilton?
It's a
will
great
know.
club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So if
one
you're
of the-
from Hamilton, you'll know what the
Oh,
Casbah
yeah,
is.
absolutely.
yeah.
And I think a
Yeah.
lot of Torontonians that get into the city for music will know the Casbah too. So.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's going
Well,
to be a good
Hamilton's
night.
got some amazing talent.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Indeed.
much.
Okay, guys. Well, it's great to have you on, and good luck with these gigs. And please let us know your future releases and that sort of thing. We'd love to hear more.
Thank
and
you
have
for
you back.
sharing your personal
Well,
stories.
thank you for
will.
having us on. It's been
Thank
great.
you very much.
Very
Thank
much.
you, guys.
So we've got the video now, Flowers for Peace, and I take it this is the studio version
Yes.
of the song, so we kind of get a chance to see what the produced version is like now versus this fabulous live performance. So thanks, guys, for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so here's the video. We're going to come back with Jake Tiley talking about how to get ready for what's happening in the markets and more. We'll be right back.
More politics.